Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s. But we are still married to the games. Episode 259. Yes, sir. It's your boy Gabe Patilla with Tim Rauter, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. And it is a what? Night show.
It's a night show.
The dog never bothered me anyway.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Night show.
Sorry, we were talking Idina Menzel and her Let It Go performance at New Year's 2015. Before we started recording, that's what that joke is. Very funny, Chris. Very funny.
Sorry. Yeah, it's only funny to us, but still.
It was perfect. Chris, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Night show.
I love it. Start this one off with a bang. Chris McCracken, since you cracked the best joke.
He's still crying over there.
Oh, man.
Crack yourself up. Why don't you let us know how your week's been and what you're playing at there, Doc?
Well, my week has been pretty good, fortunately for me. The south part of my state, not so much.
I know.
Doggone it. The
Houston,
hurricane came
sorry.
through, and
we
got like right before it hit landfall. You know, we're watching all the news and everything, and they're kind of saying they're guessing that it's going to be pretty bad, but they're just kind of guessing. They're like, we don't know exactly how bad it's going to be,
Okay.
And then they're like, and we think. You know, they have this little projection where it's like, this part is going to get like 40 inches of rain. This one's going to get 30 and 20. And it trickles on down. And then like Dallas, it showed like 1 inch. And it's like, oh, that's, you know, that we're not getting hardly anything. And then it turns out like almost nothing showed up here at all. It's all been focused right down there. And then, you know, moving over into the Louisiana spot. Yeah,
it
just
like
kind of
stayed and then
like
left and then
there.
came back. You're like, what the freak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful, man. Just
So,
awful.
yeah, I mean, pretty much just like everybody, I'm sure we've just been kind of trying to keep an eye on things and seeing, you know, where can we donate money or where can we do something?
Yeah.
And my, Stacy's brother, my brother-in-law, Paul, he works for a gas company up in Oklahoma, but they are gathering all the troops, if you will, and they're coming down here to help out with it.
That's awesome.
He should be there right now. I think he was on the road there today. So I don't know any kind of details about what specifically they're doing, if it's something related to, you know, their profession or just in general they're helping. I don't really know for sure. And I don't know how long he's down there, but we definitely, you know, are trying to keep in contact with him and make sure that he's all good. And, you know, fortunately for us, I don't have any family like or close family. I may have some extended family that I'm not aware of that lives down there, but I don't know anybody that's being affected. So all I have to do is just kind of like just look at everybody else and just, you know, your heart goes out to them. And it's a crummy situation,
crazy.
but I mean,
it is terrible.
We're very lucky that, like, for as bad as it is, you know, if you have to look at silver linings, I mean, the death toll is relatively low for, you know, what it's been.
Yes.
I mean, it could have been way, way worse. So, I mean, I guess it's better that it wasn't as even more devastating than it could have been, but my gosh.
Can I say something too? Just like in the chance of sounding not politically correct, and I apologize if this offends anybody, but like you bring up, Chris, the silver lining, you know, here in Tennessee, being so far away, obviously feeling helpless when it comes to what's going on in Houston, besides donating or getting involved with a cause that's donating. I thought it was really interesting the way, I don't know, things kind of go sometimes. And again, I'm sorry if this is offensive, but I've loved seeing, you know, a week ago or, you know, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, we're talking about Charlottesville. We're talking about all this hate that's going on and the pictures that came out of that. And like one of the things that's been amazing that's come out of this flood is being able to see like the news almost like has to show these pictures of like a black guy carrying 2 white children or a white guy carrying a Mexican lady and her baby out, you know, through the water. And you're like, Amen, it's just such a stark contrast, and it's like we're not as segregated or as separated, or we don't hate each other as much as sometimes the news makes it seem like. Like in times of of
Exactly.
need.
Yeah.
We need each other and we'll be there for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so like,
it was
Yeah,
nice to
absolutely.
get kind of a reset button on the news feed.
yes, exactly. Because I
and
was tired of hearing
To
about the
go
other
from
stuff.
weeks of hate. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with you there. It's, you'd hate for this to be what it causes
Of
to make that
course.
kind of a thing happen.
Of
You don't
course.
want this to be the reason that's happening, but I mean,
Right.
it is nice to see people just putting differences aside or perceived differences aside and just being like, hey, at the end of the day, it's like, it's just people,
Right. And they say Houston's
Mhm.
one of the most diverse cities in our country. And so it's awesome to see just everybody, lace up their bootstraps and be like, no, I'm going to go in and I'm going to help. You know what I'm saying? I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a human thing. It has to do with humanity.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with
Right.
your skin
Mhm.
color or your religion or whatever.
Right.
I mean, people coming
Political,
together and
anything.
Yeah.
exactly. It happened during Katrina. It happened in Nashville. It's happening now, and this is exactly what needs to be the focus: is these amazing stories of heroes and people who are coming together and building this community back up. You just wait, more pictures are coming, man, and we're going to see people arm in arm
Yep.
cleaning up Houston and just putting their boots on and going, and that's the beauty of us Americans, is that I think we're very resilient when it comes to being faced with these kind of incidents and what happens. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing, man. A great point, Gabe. That's exactly right. It's nice to have a reset from all of the crap that we were dealing with Charlottesville and all that stuff. And as tragic as all this is, there are amazing stories, and we'll get
Coming
to a
out of
few
Yeah.
in the questions too. But it's awesome. And I didn't know that Houston was the 4th largest city in the U.S. either.
Yeah. It's
By
a
the way.
huge
Yeah,
city.
it's
yeah.
it's big. Yeah, it really is.
I've gotten to do some voiceover for some people in Houston. And so it's been really cool to be able to shoot out those facts and then check on those guys. And they said they're okay. And so kind of having that connection down there in Houston's been cool and just, seeing all the
that's
stuff. But I'm
great.
glad you guys are safe, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much, it seems like outside of tornado stuff, we tend to always miss any of the really major things because we're so far north.
Yeah, the coastal stuff usually doesn't hit you.
Yeah, it's like I honestly hadn't even heard of Harvey or anything, which I hadn't really been watching TV or anything, but I hadn't heard about it until like a day or two before it was like scheduled to hit, because that's when it's, news is hitting out everywhere, like online and,
Right.
and not just on television. And like I didn't even know. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't believe what's about to, just hit the coast right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was kind of crazy. But outside of that, over the weekend, so the house hunt continues. Stacy and I looked at 2 other houses, and neither one were winners. They had some good things, but not, when it's the house.
Yep.
Right.
That's kind of the way we felt the first time. So we've not found it yet. And man, it just feels like it's kind of drying up in the little, like the offerings. So we're just like, well, hopefully our friends don't get sick of us because we made it here. a while. And luckily for us, so far, that does not seem to be at all the case.
Good.
But
awesome.
outside of that, we've just been taking it pretty easy this weekend because Stacy flew out today. She flew out this morning, which is the reason that we're doing a night show. So I have to thank you guys for letting us rearrange things. I took her to the airport. I actually ended up getting up about the same time I would if we were going to be recording the show because I had to have her at the airport really early.
Oh, geez.
Oh, good. So you were used to it.
Yeah, so it's just like, hey, a normal Wednesday. And then, so she's up in New Jersey, I think is where she is right now. Livingston.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think she's there for 3 weeks.
Oh,
2.5 to
wow,
3 weeks, somewhere around there.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, and then I think she has one more after this. It might be 2, but I think it's just one more outing. Once she comes home, she'll have to go back out one more time before the end of the year.
Nice.
But I could be wrong. I mean, she'll text me after she listens to this and let me know. She's like, MTG, oops.
She'll oops you.
I got these other things.
Right.
I hope she does.
So-
Yeah.
Wife oops you.
Yeah, exactly. So gaming wise, I definitely made sure I got in as much Hearthstone as I could with Stacy before she left. And then, like always is the case these days anyways, I've been doing some Hearthstone when I'm, on the go. And I jumped into the
Wait,
Call of Duty
Stacy's doing
private
Hearthstone too?
No, I did. Did I say Hearthstone? Sorry, I meant to say Overwatch with her.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
really?
sorry.
I was like,
like,
she
when
is
is-
going for broke.
I
I
get
know, right?
my Blizzard games mixed up. Hearthstone,
Yes.
World of Warcraft, whatever. It's all the same thing. So Overwatch with Stacy, and then Hearthstone whenever I'm on the go. And then on Friday, either Thursday or Friday, was the Call of Duty private beta that was specific to the. It was exclusive just to the PS4. I jumped in that and I played all weekend. Like I haven't even touched Uncharted Lost Legacy because the COD demo came out, and I was like, oh, I want to play this and try it out the first night or so. And it's like back to basics, back to boots on the ground, back to what I remember and used to really love Call of Duty. So I was like, okay, so I just kept playing and playing and playing.
So right about that.
They had a level cap of 25 that they put over the weekend, and I didn't get quite to that, but I think I got to 23, and I just kept going. So I really, really enjoyed it. And then, like Gabe was kind of alluding to, him and I got to jump in together and play a little bit of it.
Oh, nice.
And we're definitely not. We've lost some of our dexterity.
Yeah, we have.
But they have this new game mode in it that you got to try out called War, and it's for people who have played Battlefield. It's similar to like Rush in a way, but it also is a little bit similar to Overwatch in that it's like you capture a point, you capture three different points, and then you push a payload. Yeah, but if you think about it, it's like you capture these 3 points and then you push a payload. So kind of like an extended version of like one of the Overwatch maps in a way. But it was a lot of fun. I think that game mode and that game type works really well for the Call of Duty formula, and I'm excited to see
for old
what
school
other maps
Call of Duty
they have on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
I feel like if they would have, and I didn't play the latest one. I always mix it up if it's Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare. I think it's Infinite.
It's Infinite.
I like if it was that with all that going on and the shields and the mech suits and all, I wouldn't have had half as much fun.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, it definitely, by going back to the older times, like World War II era, it definitely lets them just focus in on the whole boots on the ground, none of all the fancy, crazy stuff. And I feel like that's where Call of Duty works the best. It's not that it couldn't do all of the other things. It's just that Call of Duty is already such a fast-paced game and so much is going on that when you add all those other elements to it and nothing else is really different, I just don't really feel like it works. Whereas something like a Titanfall, it's like, yeah, it's fast-paced and it's got, boosting and all this kinds of stuff, but it's also got the Titans and it's got way larger maps. Like that element to it makes it different. Whereas Call of Duty is like, we're just going to do our formula, but we're going to also add running on walls and boosting and using shields and all these other things. It got to be just too much. That's
what I felt like. I felt like you were trying to press too many buttons to accomplish just killing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I played a little bit of Advanced Warfare. I didn't play any of Infinite Warfare, and then there was a Black Ops 3. I didn't play any of that. Like, just none of that really appealed to me, and I just didn't really want to mess around with it. So when I saw they were going back to World War II. I like the idea, what trailer I've seen of the campaign, so that intrigued me. But then I was like, man, I bet it's going to be back to just boots on the ground, kind of running around, and the only way to avoid somebody's shot is to either go prone or to dodge or to go around a corner real quick or do some kind of evasive maneuver, not all this flying around, boosting, whatever. And that's the way that it felt. So I was really happy. Now that it's Call of Duty, so there's definitely some balancing things they need to do. The shotguns are ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Like crazy ridiculous.
They're like incendiary
not only do they have the
ammo.
Range of like, yeah, and they have range for days and they can catch you on fire, which I don't know. I never played the shotgun class. So I'm sure that's not like from the get-go. I'm sure that's a perk you have to unlock or an ammunition type or something.
No, that's from the beginning.
It is from the beginning? Then
yes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They need to pare that thing back because it's crazy. You can't, I don't know. Maybe with the light machine gun you could do it, but I could never come up to them. And if I caught them off guard, like they weren't facing me, maybe I could take them down before they got me. But if we came face to face, even if I'm 20 feet away, it's 2 shots and I'm on fire and I'm like, and I'm burning and I'm dead. Yeah. It's like I have no chance.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's some balancing they need to do, and I'm sure they're going to do some, but it's also Call of Duty, so there's always going to be balance issues.
And can I say too, like, and again, might not be politically correct, and I'm sorry if it's not, I don't love the sound of me shooting women. Like I just don't.
That's a little,
unfortunately.
I'm
sorry if that's sexist or whatever. Like it felt weird, like to, all the women scream. There was a lot of women screaming is what it felt like to me. And I was like, man, I don't like that very much.
I forget which game it was I played recently, and there were also women bad guys, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, for me, like just if they get shot, they make like a it's definitely a painful sound, but it didn't. I was okay with that. Like, it just like if a person gets shot, it's like and then they go down.
Yeah.
But it's when they get bludgeoned or like
Burned.
caught on fire
Yeah.
and they're like screaming for like what feels like 10 seconds, but it's really only like a second and a half. Yeah, that's like, it's already bad enough when the guys do it, but then to hear like a lady, it just
I know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Gosh.
it's a little cringeworthy.
Is that wrong? Is that
So-
is that being insensitive? I don't know. I'm all for equality. Number
I
one.
don't think
just-
so.
I mean,
I
don't think so. I don't like seeing anybody get hurt, but I definitely don't like seeing ladies get hurt. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it just feels weird.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Did you play Battlefield 1 and did it feel similar if you did?
I played Battlefield 1 and it did feel similar to some extent, except for you could tell there were way more weapons in Battlefield 1 from what I remember. I haven't played
Really?
since like last fall. There were way more weapons in there that were more of the semi-auto kind of fire.
Okay.
There was way more automatic stuff. It felt like in Call of Duty. And again, it's been a while since I played, so I might be remembering incorrectly, but I feel like I know most of the guns I gravitated towards were the semi-autos in Battlefield 1. There were a few ones that would have like an auto mode where you could toggle a switch and it would be like dunk, 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 dunk. But it wasn't like a machine, like an SMG machine gun with rapid fire and all this other stuff, from what I remember anyways. But yeah, I liked them both. I had a lot, well, I liked what I played of the Call of Duty beta and everything that I played of Battlefield 1. I never got any of the DLC, so once that stuff started dropping, I kind of fell off of it, but I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So do you think that this is going to be a better selling Call of Duty than previous?
I do,
In your opinion?
It's so hard to say, man. They sell so much already.
It is. I mean, they all sell. It's kind of a trick question because they all sell like gangbusters. But
Yeah.
I feel like, based on what you said, Chris, like this is a game that's going to bring back some of the old Call of Duty gamers as well, and that actually might help a lot in making it way more successful than some of the more modern ones.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, I mean, even though Call of Duty still sells gangbusters, they have been in a decline the last couple of years in total numbers and everything. So I would assume, just based on kind of the way that the Call of Duty community and like the YouTube community that's around Call of Duty speaks and talks about it, most of them are kind of like, man, I'm really ready to go back to just, none of the flying around stuff. So I would see, at least within that community, a resurgence. And typically whenever they're putting out a lot of content and they're really excited about it, usually the people get excited because they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't surprise me at all if sales even take a bit of an uptick and it outperforms last year's Call of Duty. But I mean, regardless,
I'm kind
it's
of
going to be
expecting that actually.
gangbusters. Yeah. I'm really excited to see what happens with it.
That's great.
I'm glad I got to play with you, Chris.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to jump in there and play with you. I'm glad to. But that was pretty much all that that's my week.
There you go. Tim Rauter,
Yes, sir.
what's going down with you, brethren?
Well, man, we got Piper's topic of the week, and the topic of the week is Grandpa.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh.
my father is in remission.
Yeah.
Cancer-free.
Nice.
All right.
Yay.
So good
Yes.
to hear, man.
That is awesome.
That's great news.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We got the word this morning. He is in his 5th treatment right now, and they did the PET scan yesterday. And so he still has to continue his 6 treatments. They're just being like super over cautious, but
Heck yeah.
he is freaking cancer free, and it is awesome.
Oh,
So
thank you, Jesus.
we were all
That's
praising
awesome.
Jesus today, and it's just been a really, really great uplifting day. And
Y'all should have had a black church choir show up.
I know, oh yeah, I had a lot of memes going with that praise Jesus. Exactly. I should, man. Be amazing. So yeah, so we're all really, really happy. I picked up Piper from kindergarten and told her, and there was just a big old smile on her face. And we've talked about this with Grandpa being sick, and it's just awesome. It's a huge relief, and he's really happy. And now it's just he's just got to go through these motions. So he'll come back. He'll be out of the hospital on Sunday, and then he's got 2 weeks, and then he goes back in for the 6th and final treatment. And yeah, man, everything's looking great. So that was really, really awesome. Man, other than that, it's been chaotic. It's this Saturday I had 3 birthday parties and a soccer game to go to.
Nope.
The first birthday party started at 9 a.m.
Oh, no.
It
What?
was a breakfast party for a 4-year-old.
Nada.
But they had mimosas and Krispy Kremes there, so that kind of
Okay, well
little
then
bit better.
maybe.
I mean, yeah, right. I was like, oh, okay, I can hang for a little
So
bit.
funny.
Yeah, it went from 9 a.m. birthday party to 1 o'clock soccer game to 2:30 birthday party to 6:30 birthday party. It was nuts, man. We were all tired.
Wow.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's not
Man.
right.
It
It's
was
not
all the
right
same
at
little girl. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But the great thing is we had our first soccer game. Piper scored 2 goals.
Hey.
Man,
Nice.
we have a great team. We have pretty much the same roster that we've had the past 3 seasons. So the coach and I,
Wow.
like, we're so proud of these girls. They're really starting to catch on, and we just slaughtered the competition this Saturday. It was awesome.
Wow. The Bad
So-
News Bears have turned around.
Bad News Bears have turned around. There's no more
Yeah.
There's no
That's
more
awesome.
picking weeds in the fields. They are actually playing soccer and scoring and pushing each other,
That's
and it's
so
pretty
cool,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we're having a good time with that. And let's see what else is going on. We got Labor Day coming up, folks, this weekend, which
that's
is
right.
nice. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm just hanging out. My in-laws actually are on a trip out west. They're hitting Yosemite and a few other
nice.
places. So they went with a bunch of their friends from Jersey. They all met. Chris, thankfully we didn't have to do the podcast this morning either, because I had to take them to the airport at 5:30 this morning too. So
Oh, wow.
so they're on. So it's kind of weird. Like, I feel like a homeowner again. Like, we just have their house to ourselves, and it's just like, I'm gonna leave a dish in the sink, and no one's gonna say anything. This is great.
Exactly, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's all good, and just I've had a lot of work coming my way, so I've just been super busy with that. But man, Piper's getting into the swing of kindergarten. Like, we're getting on a schedule. She's already asleep right now, which is amazing. And but yeah, she's doing really well. I'm super proud of her, and it's been going really awesome. On the gaming front, man, I finished Mafia 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
Cow, man, that was insane. It was great. If you haven't played this game and you don't mind the grind, oh, it is just so good. Like, voiceover, story, the whole thing. It's got the complete package. And I've said this before, I do wish some of those side missions, like the grind of driving from one across one part of New Orleans to the other, it gets really boring, or not boring, but just gets really like, come on, after a while.
a little long in the tooth.
Yes, thank you. Long in the tooth would be a correct term. But man, it is still a fantastic game, and I'm so excited. And it went and picked up Lost Legacy and put that in and got that updated, and I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. So hopefully by tomorrow morning I'll be able to, which is going to be awesome.
Nice.
But I'm excited to get back in another Naughty Dog game, and yeah, it's been really great. So, man, that's pretty much it for me. I'm just kind of still on cloud 9 from the good news today, and it's been awesome. Thank you, community. There's been so many people that have just messaged me saying, "Hey, man, how's your dad doing? We're thinking and praying for you." So thank you guys. I can't thank you all enough. It's been absolutely wonderful. So praise God. It's
Ain't
awesome.
nothing like beating cancer, Bishop.
That
Ain't
is
nothing
cool,
like it.
man.
That's right, man.
Right?
Real quick, just to kind of add on to that as well. I also had tons of people reaching out to me because they just knew I was in Texas. And they're like, "Hey, are you and your family okay?" So
Yeah.
I appreciate all the well wishes my way
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yep.
Ed
Yep.
Placencia,
Yes, I.
what it do, Doc?
Dude, it do Uncharted. The Lost Legacy.
Yeah, it did.
It'd do it 4 times, right?
I
or
finished
more.
the game, and then I played it 3 more times.
Are you
No way,
kidding
really?
me?
Seriously?
And I played it a little more tonight.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that thing's that good?
It is so much fun.
No.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Ah,
amazing.
man, I can't
Ed, that's a
wait.
huge statement. First off, that is a bold statement that you have
Yeah.
played this game 4 times in a row.
Well, and what's really cool is, sometimes when you like a game, it's like, okay, did I just really like this, or is it really a good game? And
Oh, okay, yeah.
so it's been really cool to go online and hear people. I don't know if I'd go that far, but a lot of people are like, "This is the best Uncharted game," and I'm like, "Wow, that's
Wow.
okay." So and I
Really?
think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's not as long,
Yeah.
so there's not a lot of downtime.
Oh,
You're
that's
just
true.
going.
Was it 6 hours?
My gameplay was 9.5.
Okay.
Nice.
And I think for most people they've said 10. But it's just so much fun. And there's a little.
Are you gonna write a song, Ed?
Ooh, I
I
want Ed
wish
to
I
write a
could.
song.
I wish I could.
I'm pretty sure a song's coming.
knowing what I have to live up to, there's not a song coming.
Come on.
Maybe I'll write a haiku.
There you go. We'll take a haiku, a heartfelt poem.
But man, just so much. Oh, just such a good time. And yeah, Naughty Dog just kills. It makes me that much more excited for The Last of Us.
Yes.
Just knowing that, man, they've still got it, and it's just
gone. And I can't believe that
so
game
much
is that
fun.
good.
So-
And this was a totally different director too. Like Neil Druckmann didn't direct this game at all. So it's like the amount of talent they have at Naughty Dog in all fronts. It's just like they just have this pool that they can just grab from at any time, and it's just going to be greatness.
Mhm.
Which, granted, I haven't played it yet, but I mean, I'm fully expecting to feel all of what you're feeling as well.
Feels,
it's just
the
been-
feels.
The
It's been
feels.
fun to find people who are playing. I know Josh Stapleton is, and he'd kind of like put up a picture of him playing it. I'd be like, huh? Pretty good, huh? Pretty good, huh? Huh?
Yeah.
And then he'd post another one. I'd be like, oh yeah, huh? Yeah, you got to that part, huh? Oh, that was cool, huh? So it's just been so
Dude, I
much
can't
fun.
believe you played it 4 times. That's incredible.
It's so much fun.
Oh,
Dog,
great.
got it.
Yeah, it's
love that.
been a really and there are a couple things they added to this game that's new to the Uncharted series that it's really, really cool. Just a little twist of a mechanic here and there. And so that was kind of neat. Just to kind of see the different things they add to kind of, make it still feel the same that you're used to, but then not the same at the same time. So it doesn't feel boring or like you've done this a million times before.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, just so
good
much
deal.
fun. So much fun.
Dang it.
Um,
And then you were in the Bay.
Yeah, I went to
I don't
San
know how
Francisco.
I don't even know
you
how I
did.
missed that news. Like I found out on Twitter.
He kept it really quiet.
It was such a quick trip. I had a Saturday voiceover class. I flew in Friday and then left on Sunday.
Oh wow.
And
Oh, wow,
just
that
a
was
really
fast.
quick, just in and out, bang,
So
bang,
jealous.
bang.
Ugh.
And it was a really, really good weekend. Everything that I wanted to do or everything I did couldn't have gone more smoothly, couldn't have gone better.
Oh good.
It was just
Good, man.
really
Yeah,
nice.
that's really
Had a
good.
really good interaction with the class. Even I got back and the guy from the Airbnb was like, "Hey, you were a great guest. If you want to come out here and stay again, I'll give you a discount."
Hey.
Wow.
So it
Oh,
was
good
just-
deal.
Yeah, it was just all around. Things just went really well. So I was very happy. I was very blessed to have, for as short as the weekend was, a lot of good stuff happened. So it was really cool to kind of do that.
Good,
And,
man.
Yeah.
And you went to freaking Wrecking Ball too, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I went to Wrecking Ball Coffee and
Ugh.
got a latte there.
So jealous, man. So jealous.
Never been there.
Yeah, it's good. Good times indeed. Man. What'd you say, Chris?
I said I've never been there, but if you're saying it's good coffee, I know it's good coffee.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty much sure
So
we
I
can
want to go
guarantee
there now.
whatever Ed says goes when it comes to coffee.
Exactly.
One day, Chris. One day. But yeah,
I do
it was
like San
good.
Francisco.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Got in a little bit of Overwatch. Was the few times I've been able to jump in, I feel like I'm usually able to get Chris and Stacy and the friends there, and was able to jump in with Lem and Stansel a few times, and so it's just been. I had a bit of a downtime there with Overwatch, but I just kind of the fire kind of rekindled itself.
Well, when you
so
play a
it's been
game
nice
4
to-
times back to back, you're gonna have a little downtime on some Overwatch.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Yes.
Jeez.
That's
that game is so
insane.
much fun. Well, and what's really fun is that every time I've played it since the first time, I turn on like auto aim, auto lock. So I just feel like invincible. You can turn on unlimited ammo.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just fun to be
yeah.
like, okay, so if I was good at the game, this is how I would play. This is fun.
What was the biggest thing that stuck out to you about the game that like just captured you so much?
There's a really nice. There's one section that's kind of an open world, if you will, and they kind of take away the linear feel, and they're like, you can do one of these things and do them in whatever order you want. Here's
Ooh,
some missions, and
I
so
like
that
that.
was kind of cool. And then they have a new mechanic that, if you put in the time, can help you find the little treasures.
Oh.
But
yes,
you
hello
gotta,
glinty thing.
yeah, the little glinty glints. So, but you gotta work for it.
I got you.
And so that was kind of cool that once you get it, it's kind of cool to have.
There you go.
So that was fun.
Is there a
Good, man.
platinum for this?
Yeah,
I
I was
think
going to
there
ask
is.
that too.
Because if you played it 4 times, my friend, you should probably go for it.
if I played it 4 times, you'd think I'd be closer than I am.
Never mind.
But it's like shoot someone with a handgun, a long gun, and then take them down with hand-to-hand combat. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah,
These guys
yeah,
gotta
no.
go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Let's just get these guys down. Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
with
not
you.
because of how I
But
want
I
to
mentioned
play.
I have it on auto aim.
Right. That's just me panicking. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was supposed to do that.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's been it was a good week. Good week.
That's awesome.
That's great, man.
Good, Ed. I'm glad to
All
hear
right,
that.
Mr. Patillo, what show have you gone to this week?
I know, seriously. I haven't gone to any shows. I don't even know. I don't think we did much this week. I mean, after coming back from Chicago and having an absolute amazing time, nothing this week lived up to that.
Okay, good. Great. So new releases this week.
How's your studio coming along?
Slow. It's just sitting back there. I keep forgetting it's even back there until I go let the dog out.
wow.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I have this shed I need to finish. So I'm just waiting on to put together a little money to get the electricity installed and stuff like that. Just
Sure.
because it all gets
Okay.
a little obviously buying the shed itself was pricey, but then there's just pricey stuff that comes up afterwards. So
Yeah.
and
Tell me about
and then
it.
Chicago exactly. You know all about it, Tim. And then Chicago
Yep.
itself was pretty expensive. Like just the fact that
Right,
we went out
right.
and did that and lived it up and had a great
Yeah.
time.
I'm so glad you did, though, man.
Yeah, I was really glad for Jenny, just to get a change of scenery and not have the kids and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, this week was pretty normal, just school and not too much going on, doing a little housework, trying to figure out what all we want to do. We changed our tabletop and we built like a banquet seating around our table on one side. So
what?
Nice.
it's kind of like benches, and so we've been painting and
Oh,
sealing
cool.
that and stuff like that. So anyway, nothing.
Nice.
Nothing.
It's great,
fun.
man.
Yeah. And then as far as gaming goes, obviously Chris talked about Call of Duty, and it just felt so good.
Yeah.
It just felt right. Yeah, I think like Chris was saying,
That's awesome.
when you strip away the other stuff that you don't have to worry about anymore, like doing stuff on the D-pad, you're like, yeah, man, let me just shoot and throw a grenade every now and then and run. So
And one
that
thing
was-
about Call of Duty is the controls, because you were talking about that, is I tend to play with a higher sensitivity on Call of Duty, and Call of Duty's got very specific controls, and it's easy to, especially because I've played so much of it, to sink back into those are the controls, and
Yes.
I feel like every shooter should be that.
Yes.
So I was a little worried, like, oh my gosh, when I go back to Overwatch on Sunday night or whatever, am I going to be like all out of sorts? But luckily I wasn't. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah, because there's no
Good.
down the sights in Overwatch, where,
Yeah.
Call of Duty, you depend on shooting down the sights,
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just so much fun. And then this week, tomorrow, Thursday from day of recording, I get the opportunity to go with Ryan Stevenson, and we're gonna do a bunch of like CCM artists are gonna get together. We're gonna do a Hope for Houston fundraiser tomorrow night.
Oh,
so I'll
nice.
probably
Oh,
tweet out
nice.
the
Oh,
link
that's great,
for
man.
that for people to
Yes.
watch.
Is
It'll
that
be on
in
Facebook.
Nashville?
Yeah, I'll be here in Nashville. It'll be on Facebook Live, and so it'll be like an hour long. So
Oh,
you'll
nice.
see me singing and beatboxing on that.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And then Friday, I hop on a plane, head out to Seattle to hit up that old PAX West.
Oh,
that's right.
Nice.
PAX
That came
West.
fast.
Yes, that got
Nice.
here quick. So I'm super excited about that. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And I actually have some people coming with me. And so it's a longer story that I'm not sure if I should share. But the short of it is me, Toby Mac, his son Moses, and are flying to Seattle and meeting up with Stancil. And we're going to freaking do Seattle and PAX and make it really
What a
special
crew.
for Toby's son Moses. And then like
That's
it's
awesome.
turned into this other thing where like now some other people are coming up that we know from Oregon, and Toby's son Truett is going to school at Pepperdine, so he's flying up and gonna hang out for one of the
nice.
days. So I think it's gonna be like a really fun time, and I've never been to a PAX, and so I'm really excited about that. Obviously it's gonna be amazing to see Stancil, so I'm gonna be staying with those guys. So to see Becky and the boys is gonna be awesome. So I'm really excited about this weekend and really excited to be able
that's awesome.
to bless Toby's son. Toby's done so much blessing in my life, so it's nice to be able to like pay something back a little bit in a realm
Yeah,
that I
man.
have,
Yeah, I bet.
you know,
That's cool,
any
man.
kind of hookups in. So Yeah, so really excited
Yeah.
about going to PAX. So if you're out at PAX, holla at your boy. 702-703 MTTG.
MTTG.
Ooh,
I'll have that old MTTG
throwing that
phone
phone
on
number out there.
it. Yeah, Doc.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. So I'll have more to talk about next week. But as for
Nice.
this
I can't
week,
wait to hear.
And we bought the tickets for Disney. We're going back to Disney
Yay!
next weekend.
Nice.
Like not this coming weekend, but next weekend. So I come home on Monday
Wow.
and then leave on Friday to go do Night of Joy with Toby, the show down there. And then we're taking Jenny and Amara and Remy Boy are coming. So
Wow.
Remy will be this will be his first time.
That's awesome.
He still won't remember
Man.
it, but you know,
It-
he actually knows the characters now, so it'll be funner for him to go.
Right.
Oh, that's
Right.
great.
And we
Man,
went back
I can't
and forth
believe Night of
to
Joy is right around the corner.
Can you believe that?
Oh, that's right.
I know.
And-
It's the fall. Holy
We
cow.
went around and around until 1:00 in the morning last night on whether to take Remy or not.
Really?
And so we landed on taking him, and I think it's gonna be great.
Good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he'll love it.
Yeah.
I was really
He'll love it.
hesitant. I was the hesitant dad
Yeah.
that was like, but it'd be
Mm.
so great if it was just me, you, and Amara. We could just like kill it for 2 days and then come back home. It'd be great. And it was like, but like as you thought about it, just broke your heart thinking about him being at home. He wouldn't even know any better. He's 2.
right.
But just like,
Yeah.
you know, when Mickey Mouse Clubhouse comes on and all this stuff, he just loves all that. And you're like, doggone it. Fine,
Mm.
you can come.
You reluctantly said,
Oh, man.
all right.
I told him all day, though, I was
Bring him
like,
on.
hey, don't trip today because I can still get a full refund on your ticket. So don't trip. And he was like, banana?
That's
and I was like, oh, doggone it. Here's a banana. He ain't paying attention to what I'm saying.
Doggone it. Here's a banana. Eat your banana, fool.
Yeah.
Eat it.
So anyway, obviously Clash Royale it up. And that's been about it for me, for your boy. Everything else is just regular.
Man, we
Nice.
are all just
You can only
running
have
and
one
gunning.
regular week before you start getting mad again, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm
You're
gonna start getting
well, okay,
itchy.
one slow week, and now all this.
Yeah, exactly. I was
love
gonna
it.
have to kidnap somebody if nothing was going on next week. Be like, so what did you do? What did you do, Gabe, your last week? Be like, I kidnapped a guy just to shake
Yeah.
things up a bit. I let him go, but woo, his wife and kids were scared.
I just love that look of terror in their eyes. It just gets me going.
Exactly. It's exciting. And then to let them go and watch from the bushes that they're reunited with their family. Oh, it's nothing like it.
Enjoy.
From his New York Times bestselling, The Joy of Kidnapping.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that gospel choir pops back up out of the bushes.
Yeah.
Kidnap.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
amazing.
Rauter, you got it?
Let's do it.
Well, let's do it.
I always forget that you say that, and I always say, let's do that. Just, let's do it. So it's like, let's do it, and let's do it all back to back. It's crazy.
okay.
Sorry about that. I'm usually just
Great.
supposed to say
It's only
yes.
been 259 episodes.
I know, it's true. I'll get it. I'll get it one of these weeks, man. One of these weeks.
Actually, the bad gamer will let us know when we started doing that because
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I think
very
he's
true.
in episode
And-
60 something. He hasn't said anything about that
Oh,
yet. So.
Man, God bless you, sir. That is our historian is just at it, and it's just so much fun
Yeah, he is.
watching that.
Yeah.
Memes and everything, man. It's great.
Yeah. If you want to be crazy and join him on the adventure,
Yes.
we don't recommend it, but you could do it.
It is a long, arduous
It
journey.
really is, man. That's a lot of episodes, Doc.
It is.
We just
dude,
don't want you to listen and be like, I liked it better back then.
I know, right? That's the worst. Be like, wait, these guys were actually funnier back then.
Yeah, exactly. I liked when the show was 45 minutes.
Yeah, right?
You guys need to hush.
And what's so bad about Comcast? They've been great to me. Anyway, sorry.
Exactly.
That's a deep
Oh,
joke.
that's
there.
awesome.
Deep joke. All right,
There it
Router.
is, there it is. All right, we got this. New releases this week. Ark Survival Evolved for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Life is Strange Before the Storm for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Is it?
Resident Evil. It's very strange.
Yeah, I got you.
Resident Evil Revelations for the PS4 and Xbox One. Elder Scrolls Online, Horns of the Reach, Xbox One, PS4. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen for the PC, PS4, Xbox One. Man, there's a lot. Here we go. Rock of Ages 2, Bigger and Bolder, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
And be careful when you buy that bundle. I heard they're putting out a bundle
really?
like with the PS4 that's bundled with the first one.
Yes.
But I heard, and I haven't looked too deep into it, but I think the first one's only playable on PS3.
Yeah,
So
that's
don't-
what I heard as well.
What?
Don't be expected
Yeah.
to play that one on your PS4, even though they give it to you. Weird.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
great. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
I
that's
think I
right.
got to get that for the flight to Seattle.
Yeah, pretty sure. Dead by Daylight, the Lullaby for the Dark Chapter for the Xbox One. Redout Lightspeed Edition, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. Recore Definitive Edition, Xbox One and PC.
There you go, Ed.
Absolver.
Whatever.
Yeah, right? Rage quit. Absolver, PC, PS4. Yakuza Kiwami for the PS4.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Killing Floor 2 for the Xbox One. Sean-
Hawami.
Chris, do it. Chris, do it. No, he's sleeping. He is sleeping.
What? Chris?
Did we
Chris?
lose Chris?
Chris.
Hey,
think we lost-
what's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, hi. Hey. All right.
Oh,
there he is.
All right.
What did I miss?
Never
what did I
mind.
miss?
I'd like to welcome
Nothing.
to the show our fourth guest, Chris McCracken.
Everything went quiet, and then y'all came back all fast talkity.
And he's back. All right.
Ah.
It's like it's reminiscent of your first episode.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris McCracken.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. Hey. All right. Anyway, Shantae, Half Genie Hero Pirate Queen's Quest for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Wii U, and Vita. Don't ask. Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, Tekken 7 DLC number 1, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and if you haven't played it yet, Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft, Knights of the Frozen Throne. Get on that.
That's a lot of subtitles.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We had one oops on Discord, Mark Boucher. So I think the guys got confused with Blue Suede's song "Hooked on a Feeling" that's in the Guardians movies with Boston's "More Than a Feeling," which I'm assuming the episode is named after. LOL.
It was a riff.
I know. We kind of knew what was going on, right? Like I was.
Yeah, we kind of knew.
I mean, I was with you. I knew what was going on, but we'll see. So it's all good.
Yeah, it was a riff. And I don't think the episode was not titled anything about that.
No. So oops on you, Mark Boucher. Jeez.
Maybe he was talking about the Telltale Guardians was called More Than a Feeling that just came out, the episode.
Oh, well, then it's an oops on
their
him.
episode, not our episode.
Right.
We release way more frequent than them.
Right?
Oh, snap. Okay.
Dang.
And we don't
Shots
get people in
fired.
church.
That's it for me. Back to you.
Chris McCracken.
Yeah, so we mentioned earlier about we're talking about Hurricane Harvey and how we liked seeing all the people coming together and everything. Well, gamers are people, and if you need more evidence of that, a lot of gaming people are coming out to help out with the Harvey relief stuff. So Games Done Quick, which everybody knows that is the speed running community that will usually do that kinds of stuff for charity. They are going to be doing a charity stream starting Friday, September 1st, and it's going to go through Sunday, September 3rd. And it is all going to be donated, or they're going to be taking donations to go to Harvey Relief Fund. They're still trying to find out the exact charity that they're going to represent, but they're going to make sure that it is one local to the Houston area. But people from all over can sign up to go ahead and stream remotely to Twitch or Games Done Quick's Twitch channel. And then we
that's
also
awesome.
have Operation Supply Drop, which is they tend to give video games and other types of games and just entertainment related stuff to soldiers abroad and everything like that to help kind of make sure that they have some downtime and something they can do. But they've sent out a formal request for money donations that they're going to start forwarding all that money and anything that they're able to take in to help with relief stuff inside of Houston and affected
That's
areas.
Awesome.
And then one other thing is we have Bungie, which if you guys remember back in the day when Nepal had that big major earthquake, Bungie did this thing where they were selling T-shirts, and all proceeds from the T-shirts went to help with the getting Nepal back on their feet and the recovery over there. And that campaign raised about $1 million. Well, this time around, they're doing a similar thing for Hurricane Harvey relief, but they're selling this little pin that's these hearts, And if you purchase the pen, it also comes with in-game items, which so did the shirt in the previous campaign that they had. It's going to be a little banner that you can have, and it'll have the little hearts icon, and it says Bungie Foundation on it.
Cool,
and
man.
Every bit of the proceeds from that as well is going to be going straight to the direct relief fund that Bungie has set up. It's a nonprofit. They said that they currently have about 1,500, or they have about 15,000 to sell, and they're planning to have more stock and start doing it again in October. But as of right now, it's just once they go out, they're out until they can get more coming through. But that's just a couple of the different areas, and there's many, many other areas and people that are doing what they can to pitch in. So there's tons of places you can go to help to find out where you can do whatever you can or whatever you're led to do to help out the area.
There you go.
That's
That's
great,
awesome.
man. See, I love
Nice.
that.
Yep.
Everyone's coming together.
I know that's right. So the PSVR bundle is getting a price cut. The big,
Oh, really?
the expensive one, the $500 one, is not getting a huge one, but like it's going. The one that comes with like the camera, the 2 PlayStation Move controllers, a mini game, the PlayStation Worlds, that's dropped $50 from $499 to $449, and then the core PSVR set, which only had just the headset with a camera, is
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah, the
$399.
original one only had just the headset. It did
Okay.
not come with the camera.
So this
Yeah.
one will come with the PSVR set, will be $399,
Yes,
Oh, that's
and it
not bad.
includes the
Oh.
camera.
and that includes the camera, which was selling by
Yes.
itself for $60.
Mhm.
And that's coming just in time, the price cut at least, for Until Dawn's prequel, The Inpatient,
Oh,
which is
what?
going to be on
Ooh.
PSVR. We heard about it back at E3, but The Inpatient is coming out on November 21st, and so you can go be scared in virtual reality. I will not ever be doing that, even
only
though
on PSVR.
I don't know if it's only on PSVR. I think you can play it in
It is.
PSVR. Oh,
I'm
it's
pretty
only
sure
PSVR?
It's a PSVR only. I think so.
Ooh,
Okay.
look at that. So The Inpatient is set 60 years before Until Dawn.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
And they said that
Oh,
obviously you
cool.
don't, since it's a prequel, you don't have to play the original to enjoy this one, but they say it's an entirely standalone title with brand new story and cast of characters to meet. So that can kind of be cool.
Yeah.
And so, Halloween is coming.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yes,
and,
it is.
And Christmas is coming. So I'm not saying I won't. I don't have a PSVR, but I'm not saying that if I
Mhm.
got one, I wouldn't at least try it. We'll just have to see.
Yeah.
I'm not making any promises.
Come on now.
No promises.
Oh, that would be a fine Merry
No.
Christmas to us, though. That is for
Exactly.
sure.
November 21st. So after Halloween, but before Christmas. We'll see what happens. What else you got, Christopher?
I'll let you borrow my VR headset. I'll ship
Yes,
it over to
that's
you.
what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
Chris.
right.
Ship that to him and let's have some fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
it,
my
that's
it actually
gosh.
looked really cool. I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, I'm a little bit interested in that.
Will you
Nice.
be
Have a
doing it?
Merry Christmas.
Are you going to play, Chris?
Well, not if Gabe's doing it. I'm going to ship it to him so he can do it.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
you are.
Listen. There's all kind of.
Yeah,
don't
well,
worry
hey,
about
you
me.
ain't backing out now. You done committed.
I understand you're a
People's
giver and you're
hopes are
trying to
up.
be more like Stacy and everything, but listen, let's just everybody
Let's-
keep their own
let's not get
things
crazy.
at their own houses or their own friends' houses. What else you got, Christopher?
Well, I'm moving to Nashville, so you can just come. So the August update for Final Fantasy 15 is now live, and it's got the normal bug fixes and all this and that and whatever, but it also adds some new features to the game, and most notably is the recently announced Assassin's Creed crossover event. It's now
Wow.
Yeah, what
live.
is that about?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed this, but apparently this has been announced and I didn't catch it. So it said that the patch starts the Assassin's Festival. It is a limited time in-game event that introduces new mini games, items, and gameplay elements based on Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed series.
Huh.
So,
Hmm.
and I think part of it is outfits that you can wear. I think you can get an assassin outfit. If I'm understanding that right.
Like an Ezio get up?
I don't know if it's Ezio, like specifically. It didn't look like quite the same outfit, which his is the only one that I know, like off the top of my head, because everybody knows Ezio's outfit.
Hmm.
But Yeah, it's does that seem? I mean, it's Final Fantasy, and you know whatever.
It seems weird.
But is that weird to have a
think
crossover
it
with
is.
just Assassin's Creed?
It feels
randomly?
extremely random.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very.
It's probably not
Okay.
any weirder than Mario and the Rabbids, and they.
Yeah, but I do like this like cross pollination though going on, which I think is kind of cool that that other game companies are getting together and doing this kind of stuff. But this one just seems really kind of out of left field for some reason.
Yeah.
But I applaud
Yeah.
the effort. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see if it's a good idea.
I mean, the concept, I should say, like being able
Oh
to
yeah,
kind
the
of
concept's great.
work with other developers and other. Yeah, I like that a lot. Because anytime you can get a bunch of different IPs together is pretty awesome. But this one just seems weird.
Do you still have Final Fantasy 15, Gabe?
Oh yeah.
Well, you should jump in and see what it's all about. I mean, you don't got to play forever, but just like see the assassin event.
No, I'm fine.
I'm good.
All right, it's cool. I mean,
Well,
I guess you can
there
skip
goes
over
that
that because you
idea.
do have to start preparing yourself for that PSVR horror game. you're gonna play, so.
Exactly.
There you go. See,
Oh my gosh. Did anybody play Knack?
No.
I did not.
It was a launch title for the PS4. Well, Knack 2 is coming out, obviously, and its demo is now available in the US. It was available first in Europe and in Australia, but the Knack 2 demo is now out on the US PSN store. So if you had any wonderings about playing that, now would be a good time to try it. And it's this one's got co-op and everything like that. So it's supposed to be really fun. So if you want to try out
Cool.
some Knack, if you missed it the first time around, you can get on it now. And it's family friendly.
nice.
Yes, it is.
So I've heard a lot of people really liked playing the first one with their kids. And so this one is probably, very similar to that. So I say try it.
Yeah, I would. I was expecting the first one at some point to come to PS Plus. That's why I never bought it because I thought it might be a game me and Stacy could play, and I'm kind of surprised it never never ended up on there.
Right. But was the first one co-op?
Well, there was co-op parts of the game that you could do.
Right,
It wasn't. You can
right.
do the entire game co-op. Yeah.
Right. And I think this one is the entire game. So
Yeah, I
That'd
think you
be-
can.
pretty freaking cool. What else you got, Chris?
So we had talked a couple of weeks back about how PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds was kind of inching up that list of top concurrent gameplay on Steam.
Yep.
Well, they finally overtook Dota, and they are now the number one most concurrent players at any given time playing that game. It's 807.
But only for a second, right?
I don't know if it was just for a second, but I think it was only for a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
thought it
Because I
was. It
heard
may
that they
have
were
been-
they were kind of like the number one game on Steam for like just a second there. And so that's a
Yeah,
that's
it wasn't for super long, but they did overtake them by a pretty decent margin because PlayerUnknown got to 877,844, and then what they passed was Dota, which was at 838,519. That's a pretty good
Wow.
little amount right there.
Wow.
So we'll just have to see. I mean, Dota's a bit of a beast as well as we know. So
Right.
I'm sure it could bounce back at some point. But the fact that this game, like Dota 2, is Valve's like biggest, most major game, and it's a legitimate game out there. PlayerUnknown Battleground is still in early access. It's not even a legit game if you think about it. Right?
Isn't that crazy?
So, yeah.
That's insane.
I love that.
And it's still coming to Xbox One. It's going to be part of Xbox One's preview program here, I believe, sometime before this year is over. And I mean, I know that doesn't count towards Steam concurrence, but just the more buzz that this game gets, the more people on whichever platform is going to be playing it. So I could see even more people flooding to it on PC, just the more hype that it gets.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I know I definitely want to check it out. It's like, because I never got to check out like
H1Z1.
King of the Kill or any of that stuff. Yeah, I never got to try any of that stuff. So I'm eager to I just want to see what it's about. I just give me the game. I want to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I want to play it too. I just haven't pulled the trigger on buying it yet. But I mean, everybody I've talked to said it's definitely like, if you like King of the Kill, you've got to try it because it's King of the Kill but better, is what I've
Yeah.
heard from everybody. So
Me
gotta
too.
love that.
Yep.
So we talked about it a little bit on our show about Cuphead and how just even without really seeing the game or knowing anything about it, that it just looked really hard.
Right.
And that we just
Yes.
figured that would be a beast to play. Well, people are starting to get their hands on it, and that's exactly what they're saying.
Really?
They're like,
Wow.
this game is punishingly hard. And so
Wow.
I thought I'd throw a
Wow.
poll out there on Twitter and just see kind of where people were at, because I don't remember which one of us was saying it, but we were like, man, if it's that hard, I'm just gonna skip it probably and not play it. So I asked the community, like, does hearing that this game is gonna be just brutally hard, does that steer you away from trying it? And 57% of people said bring it on, 13% said no way, and 30% said what's a Cuphead. So
Nice.
and so how are you guys feeling about that? Like, now that people are playing it and get their hands on it and they're saying that it's just brutal, does that steer you fully away from even trying this game?
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the art style so much that I still want to try it.
That's how I am too. I can't get over the art
Yeah.
style.
It just looks so unique and so incredible. Like you can't not try it, right?
Yeah, it's a great style. I love that.
I'm kind of in the same boat. In a way, it's similar to how I approached Inside, where I went in not thinking I was gonna like Inside, but I was like, but that art style is just so cool. I got to give it a try, and it's a cheap game. It's like $20. So if it ends up being so hard that I can't do it, I'm not gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much money. You know what I mean? So
What's $20?
if
Cuphead?
it was, yeah, isn't it only $20?
Oh, I have no idea how much it's going to be. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
that cheap.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Really?
sure. I'm pretty
If
sure
it's that cheap, then no
only
problem.
Like, I mean, let me double check here. I think
We're all
I'm pretty sure I've
furiously
got that
typing.
that cheap. I'm pretty sure it's really cheap like that. Because if it was, I remember thinking,
Yeah,
if this
$20.
game's $35, $40,
Yeah.
I'm not spending
Wow.
that, knowing how hard it is. You know. So the fact that it's so cheap, it's almost like worth. Even if I can only beat the first little area, it almost feels like that could be worth it just to see a game like that. Because no other game looks
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's for sure.
That's the whole point. Like nothing. There's nothing that looks like this, and it looks incredible.
Mhm.
It really does.
It really does. It does bum me out that it's like, the review I read at least was like, the guy was so excited because of the art style and was like, smiling ear to ear as he just died over and over and over
Yeah.
and over and over again. And you're like, dog,
Wow.
got it. Like, I'm all for a challenge, but if it's like impossible, then that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, $20. Jeez, man.
Why
Into
not?
September. Yeah, you might as well try it,
Yep.
Xbox only, right? Xbox and Windows 10 or whatever.
Xbox and Windows PC. It's supposed to be coming to Mac later on, and then I think Linux as well at some point, but way later
Okay.
on down the road.
I got you. Yeah, man. So I'm down for the challenge too, but I understand not wanting to try it if it's just going to be frustration after
Yeah.
frustration following frustration.
It's probably a prime candidate to watch somebody else stream it.
Exactly. Watch somebody
That's
else.
very true.
Yeah, cuss at their console.
And not Conan, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else, Chris?
That was my last one.
All right, I got two more. So some people have figured out that in Splatoon 2, if you do the LAN play, which is some game mode where you can link up, I guess, with how the switches link up to each other, you can actually talk using the headphones plugged into the Switch, which is good to hear because that means that it's not, that's not a broken thing that they couldn't accomplish, but they say it's terrible. So they say that you want to still go ahead and use the app to talk, but it does show that maybe in the future, if games focus on this, they can dial it in, and it's not like every game's going to have to use a third-party app. But they said it's just like extremely loud, cutting in and out, but at the same time, they didn't make the game to talk to each other like that. But if you're on the same Wi-Fi network and stuff like that, you can, try it if you want to, but they say it's terrible. But I like the fact that at least that's not turned off on the Switch, because I that was my biggest worry, was like, oh, if they bring out Splatoon, which is supposed to be this huge game for the Switch, and then they're going to release this third-party thing, and you have this squid-like, peripheral that you have to buy, and, the Switch won't ever, give way to voice chat just with you and your headphones and the Switch. And I think this at least shows that it can move in that direction. So I'm happy about that.
Nice.
My other thing was Capcom is re-releasing Street Fighter 2 on Super NES. Like they're releasing a cartridge for the 30th anniversary
Oh wow.
of the franchise.
Huh.
It looks awesome. They're doing like a full color box and manual and all that stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It's going to be a restored version of Street Fighter 2, original instruction booklet, a retro pack-in surprise. They're only making 5,500 of them, and
Wow.
I am 8-bit. I am the number 8bit.com is taking pre-orders, and they're making 4,550 copies that will be the red cartridge, and then they're doing 1,000 copies that's going to be
Sheesh.
like a translucent glow in the dark Blanca green.
Wow.
And none of the boxes say which cartridge is which. So it is like you open it up and you're surprised by what you get.
Oh, right.
So when I first saw the story, I was like, I'm getting it. And then I saw that it was $100 and I'm like, I'm not getting it.
What?
But if you have $100 or something like that to spend on something like this, it looks awesome. And it's expected to ship in late November of this year. And it looks awesome. Like just the packaging and all that is like, it's just so reminiscent. And it's just, I don't know, it just looks so cool. And Street Fighter 2 was just one of those games. It was one of those games when it came out that was just amazing. And
Yes,
I
it
felt like
was.
and it just kind of took the world by storm and just how good it was. And so, if you got $100, head over to im8bit.com and pre-order you one. There's only going to be 5,500 of them printed up. So
I will say
Wow.
I don't know that I like. I mean, I'd like to have either, but I don't know that I want to be able to pick which one I'm getting. I don't really like that part.
you don't like the secret surprise. Don't know if you're probably
Nah.
getting. Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not really feeling
Especially
that.
for $100, I guess.
But here's the
Yeah.
question though: if they make a special one, would you want to buy the special one for more than $100?
Yeah, I'd rather it be just more expensive and cooler, or if you deem
So
it cooler.
if one was 100, and one was 150, you'd buy the 150 one to have the green.
I don't know about 150, maybe 125. I think $25 difference. I'd do that.
I got you.
I just don't want it to be. I don't like the randomized part of it. I want to be able to pick which one I want because they're so distinct. The two, they're so distinctly different. It's like
Yes.
somebody out there is going to have their heart set on one or the other. Which,
Right.
granted, there's going to be more of the red one. So if that's what your heart's set on, you have better odds of getting it. But
Yep.
I'd rather be able to just pay more and get the one I want.
Yeah, who don't want a glow in the dark one?
Yeah, who doesn't want the one that's harder to get? You know?
I mean, there's somebody out
Exactly.
there who doesn't care for the glow in the dark stuff. I'm telling you, they would rather have the red. I feel like they're leaving money on the table by not just making the glow in the dark one more expensive and making sure you can get it and be like, oh, there's only 1,000 of them, so you got to get in there quick or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
thought
they'd be
5,500
better
was a
off.
low. I thought 5,500 for the total
Yeah.
thing was a low number.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I did too, until you told
But
me
it's
the
even
price.
lower for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, $100 for an SNES game, and I mean I get it, but like $100 seems like I thought it would be $60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which even then it shouldn't be $60. Like it doesn't. It's not going to cost that much to do. So $60 seems
Right.
like a lot of money, but at least it's along the lines of the games that you buy. And I think I'd have done it at 60, but at 100, woo,
For 100, it should come with an actual Street Fighter.
exactly. Just-
Your very own portable Street Fighter.
Yep, just to stand outside my house or a figurine or something. Shoot,
Yeah. The arcade cabinet.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
that is a Street Fighter in and of itself.
Yeah. Eduardo,
Yeah.
do we have free games?
Yeah, we do.
Do we have both, or do we just have one?
We have both.
Oh,
Ooh,
hit us
I'd
up.
love to hear
Please.
about it.
What do you want to hear
I
first,
know.
PS or Xbox?
Let's do it Xbox
Xbox.
because I know what the PlayStation
Yeah.
one's already.
Nintendo. Oh.
Good choice.
Nintendo.
That's not yet. That's later on.
Free for $100. Let's see. On the Xbox, starting in September, Oxenfree, which is a good little game. When they announced that, I actually went back and rewatched Chris's walkthrough,
Oh,
and
Yeah, it was a
And
fun
then-
game.
I was so inspired by Chris's walkthrough. I forgot to mention that I went back and replayed Oxenfree and 100% got all the achievements and what have you. So that was
and
weird.
that's when you saw everybody's names in the credits, right?
Yeah, Chris's names were in the credits.
How did that
It was-
work?
it was
I don't know
pretty
what that
cool.
was
Awesome.
about. I don't know. I have no idea.
I assume they are somehow able to sense which of your friends also played the game, and then they throw in their gamer tag in there.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Sounds about right.
But
That was
it
great.
was so cool to see like Gavin Hammond, and then like 4 names down, Bread Fan 35.
Yeah, when you posted that on Twitter, I was like, "Oh, hey, check it out, Gavin Hammond. What do you know?" And then I scrolled down, wait a minute, I'm in there too.
That was so cool.
I know that guy.
Let's see. Forza Motorsport 5 Racing Game of the Year Edition available September 16th through October 15th on Xbox One. Hydro Thunder Hurricane available
Hydro
September 1st.
Thunder.
Hurricane.
I loved those games. I mean, I can't say
Really?
those games. I loved Hydro Thunder. I don't
Yeah,
remember
I never
what
heard of them.
thing I played. I think
I
I
never heard
might
of
have
it
played
either.
it on the Dreamcast. I'm definitely probably going to get oopsed on that, but I think Hydro Thunder came out on the Dreamcast, and I loved that game. Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's available September 1st through the 15th on the 360 and the Xbox One. And then Battlefield 3, the second half of September, the 16th through the 30th on the 360 and the Xbox One.
I like it.
Over in the land of Sony, let's see, cross-buy with PS4 and PS3, Skyforce Anniversary, also for the PS Vita.
Never heard of it.
Hue on the PS Vita, which, if that's the same one I played on the Xbox, that's a fun little game.
Mhm.
So you might want to check that out. Hustle Kings on the PS3.
Every day I'm hustling.
Every day I'm Hustle King. Monster Jam Battlegrounds on the PS3.
Mm.
Over on the PS4, Strike Vector X.
Yep.
And then
never heard of it.
also on the PS4, Stansel's not getting any residuals for a month. Infamous Second Son.
No way.
That's a good game.
So that's
That's
an
a great
amazing
game.
game. If you haven't played it, first of all, what the what? I've even played that.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, that
good.
is a great
Oh
game.
man. So it's a pretty good month for both both of those consoles, I think.
Yeah. That is a good month. Second Son is
I
good.
like it.
And I really liked. Wait, did I play? Yeah, I really liked Fetch's DLC.
Yeah, First Light.
Yeah, it was good.
Fetch's standalone DLC at First Light was really good.
That was really good.
You know what? I never played that one, come to think of it.
What?
I don't often buy DLC, but when I do,
But when I do, it's First Light.
it's First Light. That's right.
First Light. Over on the YouTube, new this week, we've got the second half of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, parts 12 through 20.
12
That's
through
the
10.
ending.
Yeah.
12 through 10. We went back in time. And also, if you're a completionist, I didn't get all of the treasure and I didn't get all of the other things you collect, but I did do one of the collectible things, and that's also included in one of those parts. So
Oh, nice.
if you are a collector, you can watch me stumble around for a half hour trying to find all of them.
Did it take you 9.5 hours every time you played it, or just the first time when you did the Let's Play?
Just the first time, because the second time I wasn't really looking for. I knew which collectibles I needed, so I wasn't scouring everything. And then the
Yeah,
third
that
and
makes
fourth
sense.
time, I would skip cutscenes here and there. So it definitely wasn't 9.5 hours each time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see, our top 10 YouTube videos, combining the average watch time and views for the week of August 23rd through the 29th. Number 10, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy Part 4, Homecoming.
Mm.
Number
Ooh.
9, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy Part 5, Trident. There's an episode about gum. Number 8,
I was
Watch
gonna say.
Dogs 2 Part 6, Bottom Dollar
I
Complete.
thought that was Ariel's dad.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Number 7, Watch Dogs 2 Part 5, Bottom Dollar Fail.
Yeah.
Number 6, Observer Part 7, Paulina and Pieta.
Ooh.
Pierre.
Ooh.
Mm.
I know, staying up there. Number 5, Married to the Games episode 258, The Raiden Test.
That's right.
Check it out. Number 4, Gabe and Chris react to The Last of Us Part 2.
I thought we were going to each back on the
Hanging
podium.
on.
Didn't
Hanging on
happen.
up there.
Still just looking at the podium.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Still just looking at Ed.
We used
So
to be
close.
there. God,
Right?
we used to be
So
there.
close.
Yeah.
Giving the old side eye to number 3, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14.
Mm-hmm.
Thorfeld Swamp.
Mm.
I like it. Number 2, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19, Paint Job. And number 1, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Ghost Signals.
So are those all puzzles?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Is
that.
Thornfelt Swamp a huge puzzle too?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a little collectible thing that people are trying to figure out how I got it. And so they're going there looking for it to find out why. And I didn't realize it was a big deal when I did get it. And I'm pretty sure it's not in there. I'm pretty sure in my editing, I cut it out.
What?
Nice.
You're teasing him.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just like in my running back and forth from like one side of the map to the other, I must have just run by and snagged it without, it's kind of like a Mario coin without thinking anything of it. And for some reason, people can't find out how to get it. So they're going there to like, how did you get the thing that's there? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So
Yep. It's not actually a help.
At all.
Nah, man. It's basically just there to get views.
That's funny. It's false
It's
advertising.
serendipity is what it is.
I know, right?
I don't know what that means. But yep.
A happy accident, basically.
Gotcha.
That's such a John Cusack movie. What?
Yep.
Golly. Night show. Thank you, Eduardo.
You're welcome, Gabriel.
Well, every week we ask you guys a question.
Gabriel.
Last week,
I made you
Oui,
say
Gabriel.
well as a 2-syllable word.
That was really great.
oh man, last week was no different. We asked you guys, what game have you set out to play even though your expectations were really low? Starting on the Discord, Scottish Bakery, a friend of mine was really generous and bought me Modern Warfare 3 when it came out so we could play together. I'm not huge on Call of Duty, but I wanted to give it a fair shot. I finished the campaign, practiced the multiplayer, played with him for a while, and I haven't owned a Call of Duty game since.
Aw.
There you have that.
Wow.
It's okay. It's okay. That was, for me, Modern Warfare 3, I feel like, I guess besides Black Ops 3 was the last one I was really excited about too. Because I remember not loving Advanced Warfare and then didn't even play Infinite Warfare. So.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Yeah,
with
and you
Scott.
usually get those every fall.
You're right. Infinite Warfare is the first one I haven't gotten since
Yep.
the
So when
first
you
Modern
skipped.
Warfare.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yep.
Because you got all the
Martin.
Black Ops, didn't you?
Oh yeah, Doc. All those
Oh,
got
yeah.
all the Modern Warfares. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Boucher, Saints Row 4. It looked funny to me at first, but as I played it more and more, the gameplay was awesome and the story was absolutely hilarious. Bring on Saints Row 5.
Nice.
There you go. That's one of those ones. I never touched that one either.
No?
Yeah,
That was
I've never played Saints Row.
Yeah, I saw some things about it and I was like, my wife will think different of me if she walks around the corner and sees me doing that.
It's not that bad.
Okay, that's good to hear. Putty, Dragon Age Inquisition. I initially held off because everyone said Witcher 3 was better, but after finding out that The Witcher wasn't my type of game, I'm loving Inquisition. I think they catered too hard towards console, so it feels like the PC version was ham-fisted controls. I got you. Jeff, I got Star Fox Zero. It was so bad. It was so bad it even make Donnie Reese want to punch Miyamoto in the face. I read the reviews.
Oh, wow. That is bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
I read the reviews. They all warned that it was a decent game ruined by the gamepad requirements. I tried it anyway, and they were all right. Worst game of the generation.
Wow.
That
Wow.
sucks. Yeah. Over on marriedtothegames.com/forum, ShepDog921, Dragon Age 2 received really mediocre reviews, and when I first started it, I was not impressed. Once I got rolling, though, I ended up enjoying it. I love that I can say I've beaten the whole Dragon Age series.
Nice.
Nice.
Robert Darrell Good Jr.
Lay it on us, Robert.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on down.
I don't know what I really set out to. I don't know that I really set out to play any game with low expectations. I think I would just not play it if I thought I would dislike it. So maybe I'll talk about a game that surpassed my expectations. Project Breakdown for the original Xbox is a little known game that I think afforded me one of the most unique experiences I've ever had with a video game. The entire game, including cutscenes, was played in the first person. Guns could be used, but the primary enemies in the game had a shield that protected them from bullets. Your character was a genetically altered human who was stronger than their shields. The game used a lock-on system to keep the player focused on a target while still being able to use various control input combinations to land various kicks and punches, some of which sent you flying across a room. You could even generate a Kamehameha-style ball of energy to throw at enemies. That would be a Dragon Ball reference. The game did not perform well critically, but I found the entire experience exhilarating. Project Breakdown. Greg Legg. A few times, but the one that really sticks out is going to sound like an unlikely candidate. BioShock. I got it when it first came out, pumped up by all the hype, played for about an hour and found myself super disappointed. I just didn't get into it at all. Then, a few years later, I was looking at my backlog and decided to give it another go. This time around, far removed from launch, I was hooked. That's fun.
Nice. Well, you did that too, Gabe, because you didn't want to play the first one either.
Yeah, I tried the first one, did not like it. Tried it again, didn't like it. Tried it again, didn't like it. Tried Infinite, wrote a song about it.
Loved it. Right.
Loved it.
Nailed it.
Yep. Over on Facebook, Eric Thompson. I make an effort to at least get my toes wet with the new PS Plus games every month. Mostly on PS4, sometimes on PS3, and sadly never on Vita, as I don't own one. I eagerly await for the list of new titles to drop, and well over half the time I'm staring at the games I know nothing about. This is especially the case with indie titles, but whether I know the game or not, I still boot it up and try it out just to see what's up. As the question at hand, whether it's a AAA game I've been waiting and hoping would come to PS Plus, Just Cause 3 for example, or some off-the-wall game no one has ever heard of, I always go in with low expectations. It's free after all, so why hold it to any unreachable standard? Granted, sometimes I only spend an hour or two in the game, shut it down, delete it, and never go back. But sometimes I'll find something really special. Not special because I went in with low expectations, but because the game really proved itself to me. Some of the recent finds from PS Plus for me have been Stories, The Path of Destinies, Hardware, Rivals, Super Time Force Ultra, Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris, Rocket World Mission Prayer League, I don't know what that is, Valiant Hearts, and Velocity 2 times, or times 2, or XX. What about you? Have any games come across on PS Plus or Xbox, games with gold that you wouldn't have played otherwise, but did play and really enjoyed? Much obliged, brethren, E.T. Is there a game you guys played on PS Plus that you weren't expecting to like, or just played it because it was free and ended up liking it? Tim?
Wasn't Brothers free?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the one. I loved that game. That was great.
There you go. Ed?
I'm trying to think.
All of them?
All of them's. What was the one? It looked kind of like a little a brown knit
Tangled.
ragdoll type.
Tangled. Yeah, right? Was it
No.
was it not Tangled?
That's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the red yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you're
Red
talking
Yarn
about?
was
No, it looks kind of like a knit, little tiny stuffed animal,
Oh,
and you collect
Big-
buttons.
Big World or whatever? Big
Yes, that was
Oh,
actually
Little
kind of
Big
enjoyable.
Planet.
Yes, thank you.
Little Big Planet.
Yeah, that
What's the one
that
I'm
was going to
thinking
be
of?
my answer too.
You're thinking of your. What's the
Yeah,
yarn
it was
one?
called
The character's called
Untangled?
Yarny, but yeah.
Yarny, yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of
Unravel.
with the
Unravel.
Unravel. That's it. There
Yeah,
it
he-
is.
he
There
bought
it
that one.
is.
Yeah, sorry, I have a 5-year-old girl. That's why I thought it was Tangled.
Mm.
I was like, I thought you were trying to make a joke about the music, the movie, and I was like, I don't remember the little
No, I just
brown
all I-
Yarny guy.
Yeah.
Tangled.
All I remember was Yarny Guy, and I was like, oh yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
Tangled. Chris, you would say Little Big Planet as well?
Yeah, most of the PS Plus games I have to have some interest before. I've never just, if I have no clue what it is, I don't just take a chance. Typically, I've got other games to play. But that was one where I was like, well, this game, I've heard his reputation, so I'm going to try it out. And it didn't like grab me the way it did other people, but I definitely saw the appeal and the charm, and I played a little bit more than I thought I might. So, yeah.
There you go.
I would say I played, gosh, what was it? Oh, what was it called? It was the one where you're like a little kid. It's all like in shadow and it's really gory.
Limbo?
Limbo. Yeah, I beat that game. I really liked it.
That was good.
Yeah. Back to the answers. Nicholas Perez, also known as Gonzo. Ghost Hunters for the PS2. I originally bought it at a pawn shop for something like $1 and was very hesitant, even at $1. Turned out to be a very enjoyable game. Also, Tokyo Jungle was another game I got for $1, along with maybe 4 other games, so more like 20 cents. It's a crazy Japanese game where you play as animals in a post-apocalypse Tokyo. It's insanely fun to play co-op or have friends watch stream, and there's an actual story you have to discover. Interesting. Tokyo Jungle.
I like it.
Get down. Over on Twitter, Chules at the Chules. Zelda Breath of the Wild. I expected it to have a similar story/gameplay formula, but in open world. It's good. It's just not mind-blowing for me. Hashtag answer MTTG. Angela Mosley at Silver_Husky. Conception 2. Am I reading that right? Conception 2. A strange JRPG for the 3DS. It was even worse than I thought it would be.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. With a name like Conception. Joey McPherson at Joe Boston 617. Far Cry 3. I played 1 on OG Xbox and heard 2 wasn't all that great. I bought 3 just for a different FPS other than COD, and FC3 blew me away.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I think we all jumped on the Far Cry 3 train, didn't we?
Yep.
No.
I
never played it.
No, that's right. Yeah. Chris, you still haven't even played 4, right?
I dabbled.
I dabbled. All right. That was convincing.
That's funny. And Chris, I love on Twitter that you put up that Ni no Kuni 2 thing that you got from PlayStation.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Right when I opened that, I was like, is this meant for Gabe?
I'm being punked.
Exactly. I loved the first Ni no Kuni. I can't wait for the second one to come out. But now I fear that I won't have any time to play it. I loved the first one, though. Oh, loved it. Well, thank you guys so much. You know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, you come over to marriedtothegames.com. Check out the forums. We talking over there. We're not talking. I haven't been talking. I don't know about these guys. I can't talk for myself. I've been hanging out on Discord. I know. I don't talk. Right? And like Ed said, youtube.com/Married to the Games. And now on Patreon. Patreon.com/MTTG. Come support your boys for as little as $1 a month. Get on this Discord and get some of the little extra stuff that we push out to the RSS sometimes. It's a good time over there, and we appreciate everybody who signed up already.
Absolutely.
You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. And Ed.
Rate us on iTunes.
Got
leave a
him.
review. And I love Uncharted.
There you do. Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Well, let's get into some questions.
We're going to start with Discord. We're going to start with Mark Boucher. Did anything go wrong on your wedding day? I'm hoping everything goes well for the big day this Saturday.
Ayo.
But even if something happens,
Nice.
the point is we're getting married. And that is so true, Mark. Congratulations. It's going to be
Congrats,
awesome.
Good sir.
That is
Play the
awesome.
show
right?
at your reception, or you're not a real fan. I'm just kidding. Don't do
There
that.
you go. No, please don't do that.
Don't do that. I'm just joking. Joking.
I mean, he could, but but whatever.
I mean, a real fan would, but yeah.
So did anything go wrong on your wedding day? I don't remember.
That
If
long ago.
Something. Yeah, right, exactly. So if something did, nobody probably told us. But man, I had so much fun on my wedding day. We just had a great time. It was awesome.
There you go, Ed.
After Sarah and I got married on the beach, and after we got married, we ran into the ocean, and I still had my phone in my pocket.
Oh,
Oops.
Oh no.
But it was fine.
did
I
it break?
I got a new phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it
You
broke, but
You didn't put it in some rice real
probably
quick?
definitely broke.
nah. We were just
You
like,
didn't scoop up the rice that all the people threw?
I know, right? Just like, whatever. We're married. Who cares?
Exactly. I'm too happy to be
Dual
sad.
income.
I know, right?
Chris?
The only thing that it's really more of like a just didn't go as planned, not really necessarily bad, but so we had our wedding at my mom's boss's house because he's a big rich guy and had this big beautiful home. They let us get married in his backyard. And
Nice.
then our reception was basically just at this restaurant, but it was across town. And we had a lot of people, well, not a lot, but we had a few people here from family from Oklahoma who weren't familiar. And so I was the lead trying to lead everybody there. And there's all this construction and eventually some people got lost. And when I got there and, oh, so-and-so's not here. So I'd have to call them and then I'd have to walk them through how to get there from where they were because they
geez.
just got lost. Because I knew, I was like, man, I just don't feel like this is going to work because we were at least, 10 cars or so. And it's like Dallas traffic, they're just like pushing their way in and everything. I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. And,
Yeah.
But everybody got there and it all worked out fine. So it wasn't like a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Just not according to plan.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nothing went wrong on my wedding day, but obviously we've all heard about the honeymoon
man.
and how awful
Yes.
that was.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly. That was just never again.
Never again.
Sorry, Mexico.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was Mexico. I thought it was Puerto Rico.
No, Mexico.
Mexico. All right, Mark, congratulations, man. Again, that is awesome. Saturday's a big day.
Yeah, have fun.
Have a great time. It's going to
Yeah.
be great. Original IG. Hey, gang, first and foremost, thank you for sharing my accomplishment last week getting into grad school. I hope to encourage the community to share in all the good things that are happening in their lives so we can celebrate with them. Amen to that, man.
yeah,
Absolutely. Now for my question. I'm a big FPS guy from Halo to Battlefield and most things in between. Recently, my 4-year-old started talking guns and shooting people, and I think it's from his watching me play human-on-human violence.
Interesting.
Other than not playing the games around him and telling him that violence is wrong, is there any other parenting advice you can offer? And have you guys had a similar situation? Man, that's
a great question.
tricky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't play violent games in front of Amara because of that. So she usually sees me just playing Rocket League or stuff. I don't think she's ever. It's funny though because it's so hard because like maybe she's seen me play Overwatch. I don't know, but that because the characters are so cartoony, I don't know if it feels like people killing people like it would in Call of Duty or something like that.
Right.
And they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because I can understand not wanting them to be obsessed with like shooting people, but like kids also just go through a weird. They look at death so different than we as adults do. Like
Yes.
Right.
Amara looks at it not as big a deal as I look at it. And so she was like, "Oh man, what if they died?" And you're like, "Whoa, like easy on that."
Yeah, right.
So I would mix it in
Yeah.
with like, it could be him watching you play, and it could be a little bit of like just being a kid and not having any empathy for death and not understanding that that's a serious thing.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up about it, but I'll still maybe be a
Yeah.
little careful.
I mean, he's 4, so I would definitely talk to him about it and be like, what did you see Daddy do? And, do you understand that this isn't a real life situation? And I mean, you're getting into this real life versus versus fantasy.
Right.
And a 4-year-old may or may not comprehend that and understand that. But, I would just say if you can, maybe not have it around him. But if it is and he's watching, talk to him, be open with him, talk to him about it and say, hey, are you understanding what's going on here? And do you see that there is a difference between what's real and what's on the TV? And, just have a conversation. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
yep.
definitely don't be hard on yourself because
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
You know,
either.
you don't know
You
where
were not a bad parent at all. Don't worry about that.
I mean, but when I was 4, there were no video games at all like there are now, and I still found a way to pretend like I was shooting other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And we have to remember too that I feel like I say this all the time to Jenny, but like I feel like the generations are getting sissier and sissier and sissier like as we get older.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like when I was a kid, the cartoons were all like Daffy Duck got shot in
were
the
the
face
violence.
with a
Yeah.
shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Yosemite
Right,
Sam's
right.
around like yeah, pow 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 pow. But I
Yeah.
don't know what the biggest difference is in that and what we're talking about. But you know, I think as long as I mean, I don't know if there's an answer because I think culture has moved in a direction that looks at it as worse than it used to be. But it's like that's how we all came up. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know with you know Tom and Jerry like swinging axes at each other and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Right.
Or,
Exactly.
you see your parents watching Chips or, and they're, shooting at bad guys or whatever like that.
Yeah.
It's- you just don't
Mhm.
know, or you've got little army men and GI Joes that their aim is to shoot each other. So
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, don't feel bad at all. I mean, this is just all part of it. I don't
Yeah.
think you're going to scar him for life because of this.
Yeah, there's gonna be worse questions that come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to explain.
And good luck to those.
wait for it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great question, though. Don Star Lancer, if you were an RPG character, what type of character would you be? Like, say if someone said they'd put you in their game, it can be any type of RPG, from Final Fantasy to The Witcher or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were in an RPG character, what
geez.
type of character would you be? I would love to be a Witcher. I think that'd be awesome.
I
Because I've got powers. I can meditate and I can, kill beasts and get paid for it, which is awesome.
mm-hmm. I always like playing the ranged assassin.
Ooh,
In
okay.
RPGs, and so I'd say ranged assassin. Ooh yeah, Ed.
I don't know enough about RPG. Does what's the JRPG? Do JRPGs count,
Yeah,
or are they totally
Sure.
different?
No.
it's same set of rules. You know,
What's what's the one I played that was over 100 hours?
Persona 5.
Persona 5.
Persona 5. In Persona 5, there was a character who worked at a coffee shop, and you can make him make coffee. I would be that guy.
That's
Oh, yeah, you would.
hilarious.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you would.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
I don't know. I think I would be someone with some type of stealth characteristic. I just like being stealthy and
There you
then
go. The stealthy man.
There
jumping
you
out
go.
from the shadows and taking them down.
Stealthy man.
Stealthy man.
Stealthy
Dun, 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 dun.
I like it.
Way to lame
That's
it
it.
up.
That's right. There it
Good
is.
question.
Great question. Drew Brew, who's ready for Dragon Con? Hashtag, I think I've asked this every year. I had to
Every
put
year,
that-
I'm like, what's Dragon Con?
I know, exactly. I'm like, huh? Dragon what?
Yeah, I've got my eyes set on PAX right now. I haven't paid any
Yep,
attention
it's
to
all
Dragon Con.
PAX. Exactly. Nova Beyond, bone in or boneless wings?
Oh, boneless. Too much work on bone.
All right, so
bone.
those would be nuggets then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Too
man,
much
bone
work
in.
on the bone in for just to get that little itty bitty piece of meat. Yeah, right.
Oh, come on. I like it. It's good. Bone in
I
for
gotta
me.
work up a sweat.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the bone in.
Yes.
I
That's
don't.
the
I don't
best.
really have a preference. I like them both.
But I do like
All right, there you
bone
go.
in ribs. All
Oh,
this
yeah.
like McRib stuff where there's no bone in ribs. Like how are they called ribs at that point?
Exactly. That makes no
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, there's no ribs. It's just
They're
meat.
They're
shaped
not
like
ribs.
a rib.
They're not
Yeah.
ribs, they're rubs.
Yeah.
Yep, forget
Can I
it.
get a Mick around the ribs?
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Exactly.
a burger shaped in ribs.
No,
That's right. A ribbed shaped burger, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bad Gamer Elite Historian. No Jelly Belly combos. What the Halo reaches up? What the Halo reaches up with that? Okay, so if there isn't a Jelly Belly combo you like, what's the oddest combination of gamer foods you've had that you ended up loving? I would say that I had a berry beef jerky and a cream cheese that was awesome and low carb. Ugh.
Wow.
I'm a jerky guy. I love beef jerky.
I love jerky. Yes.
So I'll
Why does he
I'll
keep
definitely-
insisting that we combo our foods?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just have them one at a time.
There's had to have been a time where I like ate some jerky and then like had some Doritos or something. And you're like, huh, I wouldn't think eat some jerky than to have some Doritos, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's all,
Yeah.
you know, you always want to be able to reach and put it in your mouth and then go back to playing. And, you know,
Yep.
so.
If I'm at the movies, we do popcorn and Reese's together. You put one Reese's in and just like a little bit of some popcorn. It's delicious.
Oh, really?
But it's not gamer food. But gamer food, like
Yeah.
It could be.
I play in 5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. I don't think I'm eating beef jerky at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's for sure.
I don't know, man. You got to get your system up and going.
That's true.
Good-
Little protein in the morning.
Good morning, stomach. Let's do this thing. Ready to digest some meat?
Good morning, stomach. You're about to call in sick. All right, let's go.
I don't know. I don't really. I think I've said this before, but I don't really eat anything while I'm gaming. Typically, I might have something
Yeah,
to
me
drink,
neither.
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not mixing two different drinks, so
Right.
I'm not like making a cocktail. What's that noise? Oh, hang on. a
Chris is
second.
doing suicide.
Okay, now we can
Yeah.
go. Now we can go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I like it.
We got everybody on that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Facebook, Josh Stapleton. What's an unannounced sequel that you want to be made? P.S. Ed's the man. Feel free to throw some praise his way.
Ed, you're awesome.
Street Team. And Ed, yes, you are awesome. And I totally missed you in San Fran this past weekend.
Well, and I think that we had a little Uncharted giveaway on the Discord channel, and Josh won the copy of The Lost Legacy. So
There it is.
Ah.
That's right. He did.
Nice.
I had to bribe
Nice.
him in order for him to say that I was the man.
Well, we already knew you were the man, though.
Unannounced.
Unannounced
sequel.
sequel that you want to be made.
Dang it, that's a good question.
I would love another second son,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A third son?
a third son. Yep.
Yep.
What about
Infamous
a
third son would be nice.
Ed? I didn't play it, but what about a Quantum Break sequel?
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah, quantum real broken.
I think like I haven't played Quantum Break, but I want it to be really good,
Qu-
and it's sitting here in the case still.
Yeah.
And so if a second one was
Dude.
announced, it'd make me really excited to play the one that I have sitting here.
Dude, you want it to be good. Your wish has come true. Play it.
Oh, okay, good. I can't wait to play it. All right,
There
Chris.
you go.
This one's gonna work for the answer because it hasn't been announced. But I'm gonna say Bloodborne 2. I feel like one's gonna come.
Ooh.
I feel like they're gonna announce one at some point. So that might not be a completely fair answer, but I really enjoyed of what I did play of Bloodborne. I didn't finish it. It's one of those ones kind of like Ed where I didn't put in 100 hours, but I played a lot of it enough to where I definitely appreciated it and had a lot of fun with it, but I didn't finish it. I feel like if a Bloodborne 2 came out, I would give it a shot for sure.
There you go.
Nice.
That's good.
Tim,
I
did you
know
have
there's
one?
a DLC coming. Yeah, I know there's a DLC coming, but I want like a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or something.
Yeah,
something,
that'll happen.
It's definitely going to. It's
Yeah.
not announced yet, but it has to happen because that game was amazing.
Well, just keep announcing it, keep saying it's coming, and then eventually you'll be right. And then you can say,
Yeah, I
see, I
know, right?
predicted it.
Yep, that's true.
I wouldn't mind an Infinite 2, BioShock Infinite 2. Like if they stayed in that same
yeah.
world.
Dude, yes.
More infiniter.
Wouldn't mind it at all. Yeah.
BioShock, more infiniter.
Yeah. Infinity.
Infinity.
BioShock Infinity. Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Good question.
I almost want to play those games again. That was great. All right, D-High. I used to procrastinate like crazy, but I have since gotten myself organized. What is a bad habit that you have rid yourself of?
Ooh, rid myself of? Yikes. Oh, man, that's a tough one. Oh, I started wearing my seatbelt.
Nice.
Really? You finally did?
Thank you.
Oh, man, you
Jeez.
finally figured that one out?
Our van just dings at me for too long, and I'm like, shoot, okay, I'll put my seatbelt on. So it's like, it's the best thing about having the dinging
Thank you.
seatbelt notification.
yeah.
So
Please put your seatbelt on.
I've started
Heck.
wearing my
I
seatbelt.
know, man.
That's a
Good job,
one.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of a life-saving one. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Tim, do you have one?
Man, I can't think of one. I mean, I don't sniff as much as I used to. I'm still working
I was about
on
to say you stopped sniffing.
I know I'm still working on it, but it's such a tick. It's unbelievable. 7 years of having all that gunk up in there, and it's hard to break that. But I'm still working on it.
There you go. Ed?
Wow.
Oh, man, I just
All those drugs. I know, Ed. It's okay.
Yeah. Heroin's tough, but man, you get it. You know, there's nothing like being clean.
It sure isn't.
I don't know.
That's
I
great.
can't think of anything.
All right.
Chris?
I've
I
kept
would-
all my bad habits.
I don't know
Exactly.
that I would say it's a bad habit, but I used to put like sugar in. I used to consume way more sugar than I do now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
there
a
you
good
go.
good
one.
call.
Yeah.
That's a good
Very
one.
good
And Ed,
call.
you started working out. I feel like, being with
Yeah,
Sarah.
and Chris reminded me. Yeah, I got off soda pretty much, so I don't
Good
really
for you.
drink
Nice.
that at all. So yeah.
Not
Yeah,
shaming
that's
those
awesome.
that do. We're just
Nope.
saying.
Nope,
No,
You do
not at
you.
all.
Nope. You do you.
You
Boom.
do you.
Only took me
That's right.
45 years, so
That's right. It's all good.
That's funny.
trying to make up for the first 45.
Exactly.
Yep. Your body's going to be like, nope.
Right.
I like it.
All right. Great question. Moving on. Eric Thompson. How have you fellas responded to the tragedy surrounding Tropical Storm Harvey? I've been feeling so heartbroken over it all. Here's a little story a friend posted. He's currently in Houston serving with the National Guard. The truck I was on today rescued 79 people, 25 animals, including 3 ferrets and 1 horned-toed lizard.
Sure.
But the one that hit me in the fields was a little boy about 8 years old. He was crying as I walked up. I knelt down. He hugged me and said, "I knew you would come. I knew the soldiers would come."
Woo.
How can we, as the MTTG community, respond and support these efforts? Hashtag MTTG cares. I love that. That's
I
great.
know that's right.
Eric, man, fantastic. Yeah, it's been crazy. I know I've just been doing a lot of donations to the Red Cross. Especially like if I'm at Kroger, they're like, it's just great to see everybody rallying, like everywhere you go. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, support Houston and send your money. And we did it with Nashville. We did it with Katrina and everything. And I've just been sending, what I can to Red Cross. I know some of our firefighters here in Franklin, I think it's called the Water Swift team or something. They've assembled and they are heading down there now. And I think they're going to be part of the relief effort. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to help in that. And Ed, I think you posted something as well on YouTube, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just some links about. There was a really good article in the New York Times about where you can give and also how to avoid, because every time anything like this happens,
Yeah, it's
scammers
awful.
come out.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like, here's a list of legitimate, not all, it's not a complete list by any means, but also tips to avoid being scammed and what have you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also listed out 3 different gaming related areas where you can go look into those as
Mhm.
well.
Yep.
Yep. There you have that.
Yep.
Yeah, being a
Yep.
part of this thing tomorrow is going to be really special. So I'm excited to
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's
go
going to be
show my
great.
support. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Eric, thanks for that. And definitely thank you to your friend who's in there in the trenches with the National Guard. That's incredible. He's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Robert Darrell Good Jr. What was the most surprising or funniest trophy or achievement you got in a game? Mine happened in Fable the Journey. Being a Kinect gave you use of one hand for attack spells and the other for manipulation. I found that manipulation could come in handy in a fight, though. At one point, I was crossing a bridge when a Balverine, basically a werewolf, pounced on it, snarling and blocking my way. Usually they can take a few hits, but instead of using attack spells, I reached out with my left hand and grabbed him with a manipulation. Then I flung him howling over the side of the bridge. The fight was over before it began, and a few seconds later, an achievement popped up called Epic Fail. That's awesome.
That is funny. Man, my memory does not work like that. Like, I could not remember. If you
Yeah.
put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you a trophy I got that was like, I wasn't expecting or something like that. Like, I literally have no
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been times that something popped up and I was like, oh, that's funny. But like,
Mhm.
and then it leaves my brain right after that. Like, I wouldn't be able to recall one.
Yeah.
The funniest trophy for me was Borderlands 2, Shoot Me in the Face.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
great.
that's
I was
right.
I was like, that is awesome and hilarious. And bring, there it is. Boom, popped right up. It was perfect. It was
I
perfect,
remember that
perfect,
one.
Forgot about
perfect.
that.
Yeah,
Loved
that's funny. Ed?
I'm like you, Gabe. And I only remember this one because it just happened in Uncharted. And I don't want to, if you're a trophy hunter or it won't spoil anything, but I was trying to do something related to water. I failed and I got an achievement for failing, and it was called Marco Pono.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
look at them with the
I
dad
was like,
jokes,
that was funny.
with
That was funny.
with the
I know,
puns.
exactly.
That's funny. Chris?
There are usually, in a lot of the different FPS games, there'll be some type of trophy or achievement that'll be tied to failing something so many times. So those are always a little bit humorous when they pop up. But the only one, or the one that most recently kind of stuck out to me. Although I guess I knew about it ahead of time. It wasn't presented to me in the game for the first time ever. Was the stage fright trophy in Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, where if you stand in place right after that one scene, I forget where it is exactly, but it was where the demo that they had on either PSX or E3 stage, where the controller died and they just stood there. So they put in a trophy to where if you leave your character there after the cutscene ends, if you just stay there and don't push anything for like, I don't know, it's like 20 or 30 seconds or something, then a trophy will pop and it's called stage fright.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
that
great.
was fun.
There you go. I like that.
Good stuff. All right, moving on. Dak Huntley. Summer seemed to fly by, but I'm okay with it. Fall is so close, and I can feel it in the morning crisp air. Fall is my favorite time of the year. New TV shows, football, and cool weather are the reasons why it is the best one of them all for me. Which season is your favorite? By the way, today is my birthday. Can a brother get a happy birthday shout out? Dak Huntley.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dak. We almost named Milo Dak.
Did you?
Really?
Yep, almost.
Very cool.
Almost. Yeah,
I
happy
like
birthday,
And I
brother.
would have got
That's
him
awesome.
a little Dak jersey.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I know
man.
you would have.
And I'm with you, man. Fall is my favorite season of them all because you've got Halloween, you got football, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then that leads into Christmas, and it's just such a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I have to agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's really hard. I mean, spring is great too, but there's not half as many holidays going on. Like fall is the
Exactly.
best, man. Jeez Louise. I got to go with fall too because I don't like the heat. And so I like things cooling off. I like watching the leaves change colors and all that and like just driving around.
Plus, a ton of games come out around in the fall, too.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I
Right.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Yeah, fall. Chris, you have one?
Yeah, I'm going to say the fall as well. It's not even so much just the holiday part. I mean, that's like icing on the cake, but I like the leaves turning and starting to fall. And then I always like winter right at the beginning. It ends up staying too long. And I'm like, all right, winter, get on out of here now. But when it first is arriving, I like all that transition time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. Ed, are you saying fall as well?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I just love like being able to wear a hoodie and
Yes.
just that it's not cold, but it's cool enough that you just have to put on something long sleeved, and I just like that.
Yeah.
Bring
it's
on
great.
the hoodies.
The-
Amen to that.
The fair's in town. Come on,
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Go hurt
Nice.
yourself on a ride.
right?
That's
Get
right.
thrown off something because no one knows how to screw something in,
Get an arm lobbed off. It'd be great.
right?
What the heck?
Happy birthday, Dak.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Don't get your arm cut off at a tear or whatever.
Yeah.
There it is. Words of wisdom there. All right, last question. Twitter, Matthew Shepard at ShepDog921. Each of you nominate a movie genre. It could be a Western, a sci-fi, etc. What's the first movie that comes to mind as a favorite for that genre? All right, so I'm gonna nominate Ed, comedy. Go.
There's something about Mary.
Really?
Boom. Look at
That's
that.
the first one that came to mind. Yeah.
You just have
It's-
to name
it's a
the
good-
movie.
What came to you guys? What came to your guys' minds?
I wasn't thinking about it. I was just trying to listen what yours was because you were the one who got
Oh.
called.
What was the one
What'd you think
comedy?
of, Gabe?
Dumb and Dumber.
Comedy.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
Chris?
Probably old school.
Oh,
Tim?
nice.
Oh man.
Nice.
Yep. Anchorman.
All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
good
say
one, good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I'm gonna say Chris first, sci-fi.
Star Wars.
Ed,
Aliens.
Ooh.
Tim.
I got Star Wars too.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
say The Matrix.
Ah,
Ooh,
good one.
Very
Shoot.
nice.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Chris, you go.
Oh, okay. Tim, Western.
Western. Oh. Jeez.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, right. Which I never even played.
I should have said Tim, silent film, because that's all he saw when he was growing up.
Hey, that's funny.
Oh man.
I will say, all right, screw you, Charlie Chaplin. Boom, there's your silent one.
Yeah, that's
Anything
funny.
by Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Western. I'm going with shoot, what's the
That's
name
a
of it?
tough one.
Yeah.
I think I know the one. You're talking
Is there one Unforgettable?
about.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven. Thank you. Unforgiven.
Oh yeah, with Nat King Cole.
No, that's unforgiven.
Forgiven.
That's unforgettable. Unforgiven. That was with what's his name?
Clint Eastwood.
You're my
Yes, there you
Huckleberry.
All right,
Ed,
I struggled on that one.
Ed Western.
The Quick and the Dead is the first one that comes to mind.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't I didn't see it, but didn't Seth MacFarlane have a Western?
Oh yeah.
Thousand Ways to Die in the West or something like that, or 100 Ways to Die in the
Yeah.
West?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a favorite for that genre, but
No,
at
it's
least
not my
it's a
favorite. It's just
Western.
the first one I thought of.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
Chris, do you have a Western you know of?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Ooh, old school.
Is that who's that?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, anything.
Did
with
I tell
Clint
you guys I
Eastwood.
met Clint Eastwood? When Amara was really little, we went and played.
Yeah.
We went and played this thing at Pebble Beach, and he was there. And Jenny's holding Amara as a baby, and he comes over and he's like, "Oh man, what a cute little baby!" And then like walked away, and we were like, "Oh freak, that was Clint Eastwood." And then he like goes and like talks to somebody, and then he comes back and he's like, "Sorry, I had to just pinch these thunder thighs one more time." We were like, "Oh snap,
Awesome.
Clint
That's
Eastwood!"
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Clint
So
Eastwood
cool.
pinching Amara.
yeah.
That's awesome.
She did have those sweet little thunder thighs, man.
She
She's
really
a cute
did.
Baby.
Okay, who didn't name a movie genre? Ed.
Ed, go.
Ed.
Let's see. Router.
Yep.
Musical.
Shoot. First one that comes to mind, musical. I am thinking way too hard.
Yeah.
Shoot. My Fair Lady. I'll just say My Fair Lady. I don't know.
Okay.
Chris.
That was horrible. Oh,
The
horrible.
Lion King. Does that count?
Yep.
No. Well,
Yeah,
sure.
that's
Okay,
musical.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those. I'd say West Side Story.
Oh, very
Ooh,
nice.
Ed.
nice.
Probably La La Land.
I figured somebody was
Oh,
gonna have to say La La
you would
Land.
go modern on the musicals.
That's funny.
I went way old school with a British lady, so give me a break.
Good question though.
Great question. That's a great
Yeah, that
way
was
to
fun.
end.
Yeah, that was
That's
fun.
a great way to end it. I love those little ones that challenge us all.
Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
I like that.
Agreed.
The question of the week for you guys, and this is gonna be easy for us, the four of us,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be a little bit harder, or we'll get some better stories out of the community. But have you ever become real life friends with someone you met through gaming? Real life friends, somebody you met through gaming. I've obviously obviously our community, for a bunch of us meeting you guys for the first time, even though a lot of you guys we might have met first in gaming, like with Destiny or whatever. But back in the day, I used to play a game called Counter-Strike, and I played it all the time. And there was a guy named Flint Cider that I used to play with, and I was in a clan with. And we met each other in real life in New Jersey 15 years after we had first started playing Call of Duty together.
Fantastic.
And so it was cool to meet him. And then we kind of kept in contact for a little bit. And so shout outs to Flint Cider, I would say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch at all?
When we first started the podcast, I feel like he heard it and we hit each other up a little bit. But like there was a time where we talked, not all the time, but we talked often enough
Right.
for people that didn't ever talk outside of Call of Duty. I mean,
That's awesome.
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Right.
Let's say that. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Chris, you got one?
I didn't meet anybody through gaming outside of Marriage of the Games community. Everybody that I met. There was a group of people that I played Call of Duty with. I started playing with them. I met them through Modern Warfare 2, and I played with them all the way up through Ghosts. And
No
I had
way.
like their phone numbers, and we would text and stuff. And they actually lived in Florida at the time. There were these two guys. There was a bunch of them, but there were these two in particular that I played the most with, and they both lived in Florida. And when we went down to Disney for our honeymoon, we were trying to work it out to where we could just meet up like at the hotel lobby or something, just to finally meet in person, and it didn't work out. That's like the closest it ever came. But I never got to actually meet either of them in person. And I actually haven't been in contact with either of them in a while because we moved over to the PS4, but they both kind of dropped off. Like one guy ended up getting married, and then the other guy moved away, and so they kind of got lost in the ether. And I should actually check and see if I still have their numbers, but
Hmm.
So I never got to actually meet them in person, but I got pretty close.
There you go. Ed?
Yeah, I never met anyone through gaming, because I gamed with them. Definitely married to the games community. It has it's a little different. But after playing my run through of Mafia 3 and after just being blown away by it, that's when I kind of reached out and contacted our buddy Lane Compton.
Oh yeah.
And just said, "Hey, I gotta talk with this guy." And it's surprising. It's always a pleasant surprise when someone you kind of talk to or only meet in an interview scenario. It kind of the relationship goes on from there and you become friends.
Yeah.
Dude, you're
And
really
so-
good at that too, man. You're good at appreciating people and like calling them out on it. And a lot of times, if they're cool, like Lane is, he reaches back, and that's
Yeah.
what starts a friendship.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
that's been cool.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great.
Tim, I'm imagining you haven't?
No, I mean, apart from the Married to the Games community, and it really was eye-opening for me because my first multiplayer experience was playing Destiny with the community, and I think Chris, you were on there.
Yep.
And I was like, man, this is really great. And it was I remember it was like a late night, and we were just all playing Destiny, and it was really, really cool. And I'm like, this is how it should be.
Yeah, so Chris is the
And then
guy.
and then I go back. Yeah, Chris.
Look
Well,
at
yeah,
that.
I guess Chris would be the guy, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because you met
I mean,
Chris
I
on
was with
Destiny.
you too, Gabe. I think
I'm the dude.
you are the dude then.
You are the dude.
And now I'll go back to my and now I'll go back to my single player games.
Exactly. Let us know, have you become real life friends with someone you met through gaming? I think there's going to be some great stories that come out of this question. And I
Yeah,
know
me
that there's
too.
people out there
Absolutely.
that have met up after only having gamed together. And it's such a weird like first date kind of thing. Like even when I go out and meet people from the community, it's like I'm always like really insecure about it, but then it usually turns out being
Yeah.
great. And it's always so much fun. So we appreciate you guys. And hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys at PAX that I haven't met yet. Because I know that
there
there's
you
some
go.
people on Discord and Twitter that have asked like, hey, is anybody coming out to PAX? And I wasn't sure exactly what all was going on yet. So I didn't want to say, yeah, I was going to be there. But now everything is locked in stone and we're flying out on Friday. And so I'll be there
Nice.
Saturday and Sunday and then leave out Monday. So if you're around PAX, holla at your boy. Holla at
That's awesome.
your boy. So thank you guys.
Are there press conferences?
I don't think so. There's a lot of panels
I don't
though.
think so.
There's usually
Yeah, there's a lot of
panels.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. There's panels. Okay, cool.
There's
That's nice.
panels. There's panels.
I think
Hey, I think
panels
there's
are a thing they
panels.
have there.
I think there's panels at PAX.
Yeah, I think PAX has got panels. So yeah, let us know. Use hashtag answer MTTG. And we appreciate you guys so much. 259 in the Bizooks. Oh, I can't believe it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Have we missed a week yet? I don't think so.
No.
No.
Nope. Chris Defiant. No. I
Wake it up.
don't want to.
Waking up the whole house. Or are those guys working? You said one of them works the graveyard shift.
Yeah, Kale
Everybody
works
gone?
graveyard shift. Katie's probably underneath my feet, but you know what? It don't matter. I don't think she can hear me.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Rauter. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace!